Hello guys, finally, after wasting all my life coins and some gems, I passed all these challenges without S equipments. So guys, in this video, I will help you to pass them all as well, and I will show you that to pass them all, you can do even with a few common equipments. The first challenge, after the difficulty was lowered, you can do it only with one baseball bat. So guys, in this video, I'm passing it again with lowered difficulty. In this challenge with baseball bat, we're going to focus on skills best against bosses, such as drones, drill shot, lightning emitter, RPG, soccer ball. Just choose some of them which are suitable for you. For example, in this run, I had destroyer, whistle arrow, shark maw, and soccer ball. Besides these skills, good against bosses, best against bosses, you'll need only one skill to easily survive the last waves of zombies. It's force field. When you'll make force barrier, it will slow enemies down. From supply skills, beside EO for your weapon skills, I highly recommend you to choose Ronin suit and power bullet. Thanks to Ronin suit, you'll easily survive during the fight with the final bosses, and thanks to power bullet, you'll easily deal with enemies. In the first minutes, just choose the right skills and focus more on baseball bat and fuel. The first boss will be very easy to beat, just stand below it and wait. After beating the first boss, time will move faster, so try to make force barrier as fast as you can, and besides it, focus on skills against bosses. Perfectly, you need to make destroyer and whistle arrow. After you'll make Lucille, these minutes will be very easy, just go on enemies and kill them. Look how easily you can do it when you'll have Lucille and force barrier. Thanks to baseball bat, you'll be able to evolve all your weapon skills and maximize all your supply skills. Okay guys, now it's time to defeat the second bosses, which will be very easy if you chose the right skills I told you. As you can see guys, it's all about skills. Having destroyer and a few grenades on the battlefield will let you to kill them in a few seconds. After beating them, you'll have very useful buff that will let you to upgrade all your skills. It is said that you'll have a shield for 30 seconds, but somehow I had it for longer. Just go on enemies when you have this shield and try to collect as much biofuel as you can. The last minute might be hard for you, especially when you'll have this elite. But as you can see guys, thanks to force barrier, you'll have enough space to escape from him. And the last minute you can wait or move like I here. Okay guys, and now it's time to defeat the final bosses, which will be very easy. At the beginning of the fight, when you'll have two bosses, just try to avoid them and save projectiles. But when you'll have only one boss, only captain boss, thanks to Ronin suit and fitness guide, you'll receive a little damage. Just look at this guys, I am not even trying to escape from him. Now the first challenge is very easy to pass, even if you'll use only one equipment, only one weapon. Okay guys. Now let's pass the next challenge, the second challenge, for which we'll use the same weapon, baseball bat, and again, only one weapon. This challenge will be a little harder to pass, we'll need good skills against mobs and against bosses. And the best against boss is soccer ball. To easily survive all waves of zombies, especially the last ones, you can choose force field. But in this run, I tried to pass this challenge without force field and guardian. And you know guys, if you choose mine and soccer ball, you'll be able to pass this challenge without guardian and force field. Other skills must be best skills against bosses, like destroyer or whistle arrow. From supply skills, beside EO for your weapon skills, I recommend you to choose Ronin suit, power bullet and fuel. Ronin suit will help you in fights with bosses, and fuel with power bullet will help you to survive waves. So in the first minutes, focus more on skills that will let you to survive them. Try to make Quantable and Lucille. The first boss will be very easy to defeat, you'll kill him in a few seconds. What will be harder is to survive the next minutes. As I told you, you had to focus on skills against mobs that will let you to survive all waves. You will have a lot of enemies going on you, so without doing a good damage, without doing massive damage, unfortunately guys, you will not be able to survive these minutes. That's why power bullet and fuel are so good here. If you'll do everything right guys, if you'll choose the right skills, you'll be able to survive such waves of zombies. Till the fight with second bosses, you'll evolve all your skills. So to easily defeat them, just circle around them. What will be harder guys, is to survive the last minutes. To survive all these ways, just stay in the corner. Soccer ball and mines and other skills will protect you. To defeat the final bosses will be kinda annoying, will take you some time, but it's not really hard. The best strategy to avoid most projectiles when you have two bosses, just circle around them. Rolling suit will be very useful here, because it will let you to receive more damages. And as you can see guys, the second challenge you can complete only with one weapon, with baseball bat. Okay guys, now let's go and complete the third challenge, and again only with one weapon. But this time, instead of baseball bat, we will use kunai. To pass this challenge with kunai, we'll need good defensive skills, we'll need guardian and force field. But besides defensive skills, we'll need good skills against bosses. I personally recommend you to go with drones, as the battlefield on this map is small, and choose soccer ball, make quantum ball. Quantum ball is good against bows, against mobs and bosses. From supply skills, choose EO for your weapon skills, and besides them, choose rolling suit and fuel. Rolling suit will help you during the fight with the final bosses, and fuel will help you to survive all waves. In the first minutes, focus more on ninja scroll, it will let you to gain more skills. Would be great if you'll have shuriken till the fight with the first boss, but what is more important is to focus on defensive skills. Defender will be okay to survive the next minutes after beating the first boss. The first boss is very easy to beat, especially if you have shuriken. After beating the first boss, enemies will move faster, that's why you will need defender. But defender will be not enough to survive all waves. After making defender, focus on force field, try to make force barrier as fast as you can. Without force barrier, this minute will be kinda hard to survive, but if you'll have it at least 4-5 stars, it will be possible. Anyway guys, defender is definitely needed. When you'll fight with the next bosses, I say bosses because we have two bosses here, the best way to defeat them is to circle around them. I don't know how about you guys, but for me this challenge has a lot of bugs. Invisible second boss is just a beginning. Anyway guys, if you have the same bug, as you can see, it is possible to beat them both. After beating these bosses, to survive the last minutes, you will definitely need defender, force barrier, and fuel high star for 5 stars. As I told you, the game is very bugged for me, I still have that fence, so I just use it as additional protection. The hardest parts will be with elites, but as you can see, if you choose the right skills, you'll survive these minutes. Or maybe this game was too bugged for me, because I barely received any damage. Just look my gameplay for the last 10 seconds. Something crazy going on here guys. Okay guys, now it's time to defeat the final bosses, which will be insane with only one kunai. To defeat these bosses took me a few minutes guys, so I highly recommend you to pass this challenge with Eternal Suit, and better to have it legendary. From weapons, use kunai unless you have sort of disorder, and from equipments, use any S equipments. Anyway guys, as you can see, if you don't have S equipments, if you don't have Eternal Suit, this challenge can be passed only with one weapon, only with kunai. Yeah, it will be hard, but not impossible. Okay guys, now let's pass the next challenge. I call it Blitz challenge, because you have bosses so fast. For this challenge, beside your main weapon, we will use a few equipments. I recommend you Epic Metal Neck Guard, Army Gloves and Epic Light Runners. With Metal Neck Guard, would be great to have Power Bullet as the first skill. To survive all waves of zombies, you need only 2 skills. It's Quantible and Guardian, no need to make Defender. Other weapon skills must be best skills against bosses. Only one skill, technically 2 skills, which I don't really recommend you to choose. Those are drones. Even if you'll get Ninja Skull at the beginning and make it 3-4 stars, maximum what you will be able to evolve are 4 skills. From supply skills, beside EO for your weapon skills, you need Power Bullet, Fitness Guide and Rolling Suit. Bosses are really hard here, so you'll need a good defense. Not talking about the first boss, because the first boss is very easy to defeat. As in case with most bosses, just walk around him, and the first boss will be defeated. After defeating the first boss, the next minutes will be kinda hard to survive. You'll need to focus on Guardian, make it 5 stars. But besides that, you need to make Shuriken, focus on skills good against bosses, and of course on skills that will let you to receive more damage, such as Ronin Suit and Fitness Guide. As you can see guys, Guardian 5 stars will be enough to survive these minutes. Next bosses will be really hard to defeat. As I told you, you will definitely need Shuriken. Even with Shuriken, it took me almost 2 minutes to defeat them. The best strategy here, when you have 2 bosses, is to move closer to the fence. So it will be easier to avoid bullets and avoid bosses. Will be kinda hard guys, not all the time you will be able to do that, but at least try. When you have only one boss, move closer to that boss to see when he shoots bullets, when he jumps. That's how you defeat the second bosses. To survive the last minutes, just don't move too fast, move slowly. For the fight with the final bosses, I highly recommend you to make Whistle Arrow. With Shuriken, you'll kill these bosses faster. To defeat these bosses will be really hard, it took me over 2 minutes to defeat them. You definitely need Shuriken, Whistle Arrow and Ronin Suit with Fitness Guide. Unfortunately guys, besides choosing the right skills, there's no good strategy to defeat them to survive. Just try to avoid most projectiles. Anyway guys, as you can see, this challenge is possible to pass without S equipments. Okay guys, now let's move to the final challenge, let's pass it without S equipments as well. To pass the last challenge, you need a weapon that can hit enemies on a great distance and can hit most enemies. The best for this mission is Katana. Beside this weapon, you need skills that can hit enemies on a good distance, such as Drill Shot, Lightning Emitter. You see guys, to easily survive till the fight with the first boss, you need to kill enemies before they will be close to you. From supply skills will be very useful Power Bullet and Fuel. These 2 skills will let you to kill them faster. Besides these 2 skills, very important to have Ronin Suit and Fitness Guide. And the last skills must be evil for the weapon skills, but I personally recommend you to have Energy Cube and Ammo Thruster. Thanks to Energy Cube, you'll shoot more projectiles, so you'll be able to kill more enemies. And Ammo Thruster can be very useful, for example with Soccer Ball. As a result, Soccer Ball will move faster and will hit more enemies. Very difficult will be this minute, you'll have a lot of enemies going at you. To easily survive this minute, just move interaction where you see less enemies. Stylish Belt can save you a life here, because it gives a shield every 200 enemies killed. The first boss is very easy to defeat, but keep a good distance from him, because when you'll kill him, he will explode. If you have low health, this explosion can kill you. After defeating this boss, you'll have very useful buff. You'll heal 1% health on enemy's death. From this point, focus on Ronin Suit and Fitness Guide. These skills will let you to receive more damages and explosion from enemies will not be fatal for you. Anyway guys, even having Ronin Suit 5 stars, don't go straight on enemies. Look where you have less enemies and move in that direction. By doing it and having the right skills, this minute will be not really hard to survive, but the next minute will be at that point. Unfortunately in this minute you'll have too many enemies and without dying it will be impossible to survive. But you'll die 1, maximum 2 times if you do everything right. Then you will not have so many enemies close to you, so just move interaction, you see less enemies. Very important guys is to move without stopping. That's how you'll survive this minute. Now it's time to defeat second bosses. To defeat them will take you some time because you don't have good skills against bosses. In case if you'll have any problems with them, just walk around them. But these bosses are really easy to defeat, you should not have any problems with them. To survive the last minutes will be very easy, because you'll have less enemies, you'll do higher damage. To not die guys again for sure, just move in direction where you see less enemies. And to defeat the final bosses guys, just keep a good distance from them and try to avoid most projectiles. Yeah, it will take you some time to defeat them with Katana, but as you can see guys, this challenge is possible to pass even with common equipment. And you don't need S equipments, for any challenge. So guys, as always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe my channel. In my next video guys, we'll walk through a new chapter, chapter 100. So don't miss that video.